press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, welcome back to your social science class. We were discussing about marginalization, right? I guess so we have finished discussing about marginalization. You have got to know what exactly is marginalization, how if at all a group is marginalized, how they feel, what are the outcomes. So all these things we have already discussed. So today let us learn about a new chapter, that is Confronting Marginalization. Dear students, when it comes to confronting marginalization, we have to exactly know what exactly is marginalization. So in the previous class itself we have discussed about this. So people are marginalized. So the minority group, or like a few people, they are least considered. Okay, so marginalizing is like a particular group of people who are least cared, or who are totally grouped as one, okay, who are not considered to be they are not treated equally, okay, they are marginalized. So that is considered here. So see, though you can consider powerless, the groups can see, or they have fought a lot. So I have said you, like the previous class we have already discussed, like how did they fight, right? So they knew that they are having courage, they are very powerless, no doubt they are powerless, they do not have any power, they do not have any support, but even then they knew that, or they know that how the things are going on here, okay, like what makes them, or what makes them to have that courage and speak against the things that is going on, or they are like, if at all they are grouped as one, and if they are considered as a separate people, they are not treated equally as like we people, then definitely they have a question there, right? So why you are treating us like this? So now imagine, as these people, okay, like though they are powerless, imagine they did fight for their rights. So when they can fight for their rights, okay, like violation of rights, they did question, why did you violate our rights? So when they can question, it is like we can understand how courageous they are, okay. And definitely each and every person, see recently, like yesterday, right? Yes. So we did come across, or we did celebrate Human Rights Day, right? International Human Rights Day, that was 70th Human Rights Day. So when we could do this, okay, when we enjoyed this kind of environment, okay, when at the international level human are like they are getting all the rights, then why is that the rights are violated here? So this is what they want to know. So they are confronting it, okay, they are asking, they are, they really want to know why they are grouped, okay. So that is the thing here. So to overcome this situation, they have adopted a range of strategies. Nothing but they would question this, they would definitely ask the question, saying that why you are treating us as a separate group. So that is what is said, inequality and discrimination. So you are treating us unequal, like you are not treating as others, you are not treating us equally, you are really not bothered about treating us equally, you are discriminating. Either it may be, see, it is definitely violating the Article 14 and even Article 15, right? So Article 14 says equality before law, so each and every person should be treated equally. When our constitution says this, okay, when our constitution tells about this itself, right? So when it is giving the article says that yes, equality before law, then where is the equality? You are not treating all the people equally here, you are discriminating. And under Article 15 you say that no person can be discriminated on the basis of caste, race, religion, gender, etc. Then where is the base here, like on what basis you are discriminating people here? So this is the thing they have asked many a times. So further, they have struggled a lot, okay. They were not allowed to get educated, these marginalized people, they were not allowed to get educated, they had a separate category, okay, they were considered under separate category. So they had to fight to get their rights, okay. To see, sometimes what happens, something that is not given when asked, so there will be like huge what I can say, like collision, collision between the groups, or collision between the government, the ruling government and the people, so that they need the answer and they really need the freedom. Okay, so this is what has happened even with relation to the marginalized people. They want to know exactly why is that, you have made this a group of people as marginalized one, and you're not giving the complete opportunity like others. Like the way the others are getting, even we have to get. So this is what they're asking here. Okay, so in this chapter we'll understand what exactly they want. What is that, what are the ways in which groups and individuals do challenge these inequalities, whether it is a group of people or whether individually they can challenge. Okay, they can challenge saying that yes, our rights are violated. So what are the ways they can ask for this? So let us know about that thing here. So many among them, many among these people, they are addressing the constitution. They consider the constitution. They uphold the constitution. Definitely, constitution. What is constitution? We consider constitution as law of land, right? So it is the base for all the other laws. I have told you many a times, right? So law of land, when we say constitution itself is considered the law of land, nothing but it is the base, it is the foundation for rest other laws in the nation. So when you are considering this, okay, why is that? You are not considering, when you are telling about, one thing, in the law of land itself, you are telling about having, you should not have this, you should not treat people unequally or say unequal, you should not have this inequality, you should remove that inequality, you should treat each and every person equally. You should not, you should not discriminate on the basis of caste, creed, etc. You tell these things at one particular point as a law itself, and at the other point you are really discriminating. So what should be the answer? What should be the solution for this? Okay, so this is what they are asking. So here, now, let us know how in this chapter itself you will get to understand, or you will get to know how rights are translated into laws. Can we do that? Rights are given by, the laws itself. Can rights itself, can we translate the rights into laws? Is it possible? If so, how? Okay, so how is it possible? So let us know about that thing. So how rights can be converted into laws. So now imagine when a person tells that there is something called as untouchability, right? We had this. Do you people remember how Ambedkar did face all these things? You might have studied this as a chapter itself in your school. Maybe in 3rd or 4th you have studied about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, both in Kannada and even in English, right? So when it comes to this, you have seen or you have known how he was treated there. Right? Was he treated properly? Was he treated, or was he given importance there? How he was treated? Now, why this constitution came into existence? Only because of that itself. The torture, or the thing that went in his life. Okay, the phases wherein he was treated very badly. So those things made him come up with the constitution, right? So nothing but the law of land. So now there, the rights, they speak about rights, fundamental rights especially. So when they are talking about rights, the rights will, it actually gets translated into law itself. So how is it possible? Is it possible to convert any rights into laws? So if so, how? Okay, so this is what we'll be discussing in the chapter. Let us know about that thing. So now, when here they say, you see, why the Constitution of India is something is something that marginalized groups invoke in the course of their struggle. Why is that they are invoking this? Why is that they are considering Constitution there? Why is that they are raising the voice, considering the Constitution? Why they are bringing Constitution, and why they are talking against, or speaking, or they want to know exactly. Okay, why is that they are being treated unequally, why their rights are violated, so they are questioning. So no, like see, every person wants freedom, right? Imagine in your class itself, okay, if each and every person is treated equally, you feel good. If there is something called as favorism or something like, you start hating that person, right? Saying that, okay, this person does this favorism, so like he or she doesn't consider us, so we need not respect that person, or you will not be having that attachment. This is at the class level itself. Imagine if the same thing happens at a higher level. So how the person can tolerate this? So because of that itself, these things has come into, there are many laws that has come into existence just to protect the interest of the minority group, or say the interest of the marginalized groups. Let us know about those things very soon. Now, very first is they are talking about, see, there are, as a part of this, okay, like there are rights which are translated into laws to protect groups from continued exploitation. So let us know about the thing like how government has taken steps, how government has really put efforts just to make the rights turn into laws. So how is it possible? It is possible when they say untouchability, okay, prohibition of untouchability, like totally removed. Or say when they are talking about SC, STs and backward classes, definitely they are having different laws there. So with the rights, they have come up with many new laws. So now they are invoking the fundamental rights, it seems. So why is it necessary that they have to invoke the fundamental rights? Why they are pointing at fundamental rights? Why is that they want to invoke it? Let's see about it. See, as you all know, you have learnt already this in the Constitution, that the principles that it lays down the principles. So the Constitution, the law of land, right? So it is the Constitution. So what does Constitution does? It gives you the principle. It lays down many principles. So when it is laying down the principle, it makes the society democratic. So now what is democracy? Again, we have come across democracy many a time. It is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So it is like, people do form it for their sake itself, for the betterment of the society. Now when they are talking about the Constitution here, see, Constitution is law of land, no doubt, but yes, what is Constitution does? It actually gives you the principle. Okay, it gives you the principle so that you can bind, you can bring all the people together, and there can be, good democracy. So if at all you want democracy, okay, if you want a good democracy, so you have to bring people together. So Constitution helps by giving all the principles here. Okay, it gives, all the set of principles so that you can bind people there. So ultimately what we need, people should be bound with each other. They should have a good brotherhood, right? Fraternity, wherein we say that yes, fraternity should be upheld, right? So fraternity itself tells that yes, there has to be brotherhood. So if at all they are talking about brotherhood or say fraternity, the Constitution has to bring principles so that every person is bound, like they are having good relationship with each other. So they are defined through fundamental rights, which plays an important role. So as you all know, we have already discussed about the salient features, right? So among those salient features, even fundamental rights, okay? So fundamental right is one among the features of the Constitution, because our Constitution gives us the fundamental rights. So if anybody violates those fundamental rights, then we have all the rights to question. Nothing but we can file a petition saying that somebody is violating, so and so person is violating my right, so I want the person not to do that. So you can ask for injunction, you can ask for some other things there. So it is like a writ we call. Okay, so if any Article 32, which is very much important, which allows every citizen okay, to file a writ petition in case their rights are violated. So when it comes to this, fundamental rights are very much important. So if any person, say as I told you, fundamental rights are like, as it is important, what happens? People will see that they never violate another person's right. So when it comes to the principle, I said, Constitution gives the principle, right? So when it is giving most of the principles, okay, those principles gives the fundamental rights. So these principles are explained through the fundamental rights. So there is a set of fundamental rights which has been given, which plays a very important role here. So these fundamental rights are distributed equally. So it is like distributed equally among each and every citizen. So each and every citizen should be treated equally, and that's the reason the fundamental rights are equally distributed. So through this two rights, they are drawing the line, okay, like there is a line that has been drawn. So through the fundamental right itself, they are questioning, or they are drawing a kind of line saying that they are questioning there. So very first thing what they are saying here, by fundamental right, they have forced the government to recognize the injuries or injustice done to them. So through fundamental right itself, as you all know, fundamental rights are very much important. Now as I told you, you have got each and every citizen, okay, has got this set of fundamental rights. So when any person violates those fundamental rights, then definitely they have the rights to question that, like how did that person violate my fundamental right? So when that person is doing that, okay, so those principles, okay, it's explained through fundamental right itself. Now they are drawing a line, they're asking, through this fundamental right itself, okay, they are questioning the government now. Who is questioning? The marginalized people, okay? The one who has faced a marginalization, those people are questioning the government, saying that our fundamental rights are violated by people and we want justice. They have treated, they have made injustice to us. Though the fundamental right itself tells certain things, people are going against those things and they are treating us very badly. So how is that you will cope up with this? How is that you will be reacting for this? So this is one line they have drawn. The second is, they have insisted that the government enforce these laws. Nothing but, now, as the Constitution is giving principles, those principles are explained through fundamental rights, and these fundamental rights are violated because as Article 14 and Article 15 tells that, Article 14 speaks, treat each and every person equally. Then why this marginalization has come? People are marginalized. So they are questioning, they are asking, see, you people are violating our fundamental rights. So what laws you have? So that we can, file a case against one person. So they have insisted. Now they are asking the government, they are insisting the government to come up with new laws which can protect their interest, because even they are the citizens, right? So as you speak about democracy, okay, as democracy is very much important, right? So when you speak about democracy, so you have to balance, or you have to protect the interest of each and every person, because each and every person's their interest matters a lot. So that is the reason when you are talking about democracy, it means that you have to bind each and every person. Even if a group of people are left out, definitely they will be questioning, right? Yes. So now what they are telling, in some instances, the struggles, the struggle that has been faced by the marginalized people have influenced the government to frame new laws, as because of these laws, these things itself, also in keeping the spirit of fundamental right. even the government is working towards protecting the rights or protecting the interest of these marginalized people, so that they would never feel that they are left out. Okay, so that's the reason even government is working together so that even they would feel happy with whatever they are facing now. Like, if at all certain laws are coming together, okay, so then definitely they will be having a kind of confidence saying that yes, our rights are being protected. So that's the reason NIV, government is also coming up with NIV laws, keeping in mind the fundamental rights. Now Article 70. Okay, Article 17 of the Constitution, it clearly tells that abolition of untouchability. Okay, so it is nothing but totally, see, earlier days we had this. Like all those higher class people, you have the classes, right? Those people, especially you have Brahmins, Kshatriyas, all this category in those days. So these Shudras, or say the backward people, they were not touched. They were not given anything. So all these things you have already learnt about. I need not tell it again. So that had to be removed. And Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he wanted this to happen. That's the reason he has come up with the Constitution, which is the law of land, wherein he has clearly mentioned under Article 17, which is a fundamental right, that is abolition of untouchability. So when the fundamental right speaks about this, the category makes each and every person, or allows each and every person to get educated. Okay, so like they are helping. Nothing but when Article 17 has been inserted in this Constitution, it has come into existence. So it allows each and every such a person who were treated like unequally, or say who was treated, who faced this untouchability, they now have got a freedom to come forward and get educated, get good job. All these facilities are being made. Okay, so now so it is very wrong to practice this untouchability, and no person, when it comes to democracy, as I told you, democracy is totally depending upon people itself, right? So no democratic nation would follow this or accept it, because every democratic nation looks forward for a clean environment. Nothing but each and every person should be treated equally. There should not be any problem in the nation. When they are having these things, so imagine untouchability, which is totally it has to be removed. And with the Constitution, this came into existence. So in untouchability is a punishable crime now. Okay, if at all any person follows or does this untouchability, or say they show this kind of untouchable means and all, definitely that is considered to be a crime now. So there are other sections of the Constitution wherein I already have discussed about Article 14 and Article 15, so which are the fundamental rights. So when it comes to Article 14, it says that equal protection of law, okay, and people equality before law and equal protection of law, that is Article 14. And 15 speaks about no person can be discriminated on the basis of caste, creed, race, etc. So we were discussing about this itself, right? Inequality and discrimination. So under Article 14, this is also violated. Even discrimination, you are discriminating. So again, you are violating Article 15 here. So that is what they have said. So now you have already discussed, you have already studied about this Article 15 in class 7. So again, I need not give the details here. So let us know about the term Dalit here. Who is a Dalit? See, it means broken. Okay, Dalit meaning is broken, and is used deliberately and actively by groups to highlight the centuries of discrimination they have experienced within the caste system. So as I told you, there is a hierarchy, right? Brahmin group, Shudras group, all this group they have done. So when it comes to these groups, what they are telling, Dalits, okay, Dalits, it is broke. The literal meaning, the meaning itself is broken. So what exactly they want to say? the things they have faced, maybe the inequality, the discrimination, all these things they have faced, right? So they want to say that yes, we have come across all these things, so we know how it how it makes a person, see how it looks like you are discriminating, you are making a person to stay totally away from the other groups. So how you feel? So that is the reason they have given a name as Dalits. So now, Dalits can invoke or draw on a fundamental right in situation where they feel that they have been treated badly by some individual or group of people or community or even by the government. Definitely they can invoke because they are Dalits, and they have drawn the attention of the government saying that see, these things are going on in the Constitution of the India, okay, like the very law of land, you say that you give certain things there, you give certain fundamental rights, and in one or the other way you are violating it. So what is the use that you want to uphold the democracy? If you are violating the rights of a person, maybe it is an individual or a group of people, doesn't matter. If you are violating their rights, definitely where can this particular thing, that is democracy, can fit into? So this is what they are asking here. So likewise, see, there are many other minority groups. Now this is like Dalits. There are many other minority groups who have drawn on the fundamental rights section of our constitution, and they have particularly drawn about the right to freedom, right to culture, follow any culture, and even educational rights. So in the case of educational, I would say cultural rights, so they say that the distinct cultural and religious group, like for example Muslim and Parsis, they have right to be the guardians of their own content of their culture, as well as the right to make decision on how best this content is to be. No doubt culture has to be taken, but yes, again, when you are talking, again, if you are giving preference to these people again, okay, or say like, see, their rights if you are upholding, then definitely there would be again discrimination. So inequality, it's better to have uniform civil code so that each and every person will be treated equally rather than having each and every law separately. Make it one. So this is what few people are asking. This is happening now, okay, like in recent, like the past and all, no person had these things in their mind. So whatever laws like they had, a personal law we call, like family law 1, family law 2, wherein it is like Hindu law, Mohammedan law, all these things do come. So that is separate. So why that separation has to be done? This is like few people are questioning. Let it be uniform. When you are talking about Article 14 saying that yes, equality before law and equal protection of law and even no discrimination, so let everything be equally formed. Let it be uniform for each and every person so that each and every person enjoys the right thoroughly. Okay, so this is what they have said here. So like thus by granting different forms of cultural rights, the Constitution tries to ensure cultural justice. But yes, now this is today's trend. They are asking for uniform civil code, etc., etc. That is today's trend. But as these people were facing discrimination, all the minority groups and all, the Constitution has given again the fundamental right saying that yes, you can follow any culture, you can have your own freedom for culture, okay? So cultural justice is being made there. So like there are laws for the marginalized, okay? See, you might have heard about Soira Bhai, okay? Soira Bhai, okay? She was she's the wife of the known person, that is Chokha Mela. You might have, he is a Maharashtrian person, okay, and they belong to this Mahar, or say like what I can say is totally backward class, and she has written a poem here. You can just go through, that is given in the page number 96, okay. It is related to kind of what they want to clear is when each and every person is having his or her own body, the blood that flows, okay, is of same color, okay, each and every person is eating the same thing, then why this discrimination? Okay, this is something based upon that itself. Like to see, yes, when it is given by God itself, God gifted thing, then if a body is polluted from within itself, so you have to remove that, you have to remove the thinking, okay, of bringing this inequality or untouchability, etc., so that you can enjoy the freedom given to you thoroughly. So this is what she has given her wordings through the poem. You can just go through. Okay, next is laws for the marginalized. So have they taken any step to bring the laws for the marginalized? Yes, definitely they have gone, like they have to do that. If not, what is the use? So the government has made many laws. Okay, they have come up with many laws here to protect the citizen, obviously, to citizens, nothing but people. Democratic nation, democracy, definitely they have to concentrate upon people here. So when they are concentrating upon people, they have to know, they have to come up with all the laws that can keep the citizens very safe. So there are specific laws and even policies wherein this marginalized people have been given, okay, and there are many schemes that people have come across. So most of the people, they are making effort to promote all these things, nothing but let me tell you, like marginalized people, they really don't know what exactly they have to do, whether they are having any laws, even they themselves don't know. So there are people, maybe even the media, okay, like even media, there are few people, there are few NGOs or even the protesters, all this group of people will be there, right? So they are helping out, they are they are making all these laws to reach the people, they are making these people know and understand what exactly the laws are being made by the government, what are the opportunities they have got, okay, like all these things are being mentioned. So now let us know about the promoting social justice. What exactly is social justice? So societally, most of the people, they are treated unequal, right? Maybe in 9th class or public facility, I don't remember, but yes, there we have already discussed. Okay, maybe in public facility itself, wherein yes, public facilities. So we have already discussed about how the workers are discriminated. First thing, how the drinking water facility is given to one class of people, the other class is not getting. Few people are getting 24/7 water facility. Few people are not even getting a day water. Okay, maybe like once in 2 days they are getting. There are few group of people who hardly get water there. Bucket or something like that. So how can we expect cleanliness in that group when you are not ready to give the basic facilities to the people? So this is the question again. So when it comes to the promoting social justice, both state and central government are jointly working on these things. So there has to be justice, there has to be equality, there has to be justice made in the society. Okay, so the state and central government, they are creating the specific schemes for the betterment of the society, for the implementation of all the laws in the tribal areas or in areas that have a high Dalit population. Okay, like see, each and every group of people have to be treated equally. This is what we are discussing now. Yes. So why is that? See, when I told you the public facilities, it is for the public itself, right? It is for the betterment of the society. But one group of people is getting, the other group is not getting. So that's the reason government, both the central and state, as we are having federalism here or say federal form of government, it is both central and state are individually or say even they are joining hands for bringing new schemes to protect the interest of the marginalized groups. So even both the Adivasis and even the Dalits, okay, they have to be protected. So they are coming together, the laws are being made. Okay, there are many new laws that has come into existence just for the sake of protection of the rights of these people. So to end the inequality, government is taking many steps. Obviously, government is the one which has to take steps so that there would be peace and security in the nation. Okay, it has to be maintained, right? So one main law or policy is reservation policy. See, have you heard about reservation? You might have come across reservation many a times, right? Even in even for the educational system or say for the job and all, they have come across we have come across reservation. We have heard about reservation. Nowadays they are questioning why the reservation has been made, etc., etc. See, with this itself, they could protect the interest of these Dalits, or say even the marginalized people. Okay, the marginalized groups, they had to get the protection, right? So this was the only way to protect their interest, to protect these groups. So reservation was the one that was introduced as a new scheme by the government. So how could they, did they enjoy? Did they really enjoy, or are they enjoying? So this was the next thing. So when it comes to reservation, both employment and even education, at that level, the reservations are made. Nothing but out of, imagine if any government jobs are to be given. So you might have heard about the, yes, government, they have called for application for government jobs, you might have heard. So there what they do, they categorize. For general, so and so seats are available. For other, SC, STs, or say even backward classes, the seats will be reserved. Nothing but so and so number of seats will be reserved for the sake of them itself, nothing but the Dalits, or say even the other marginalized groups. So it is like they are getting all the opportunities, not only in education, or say when it comes to your employment, even when it comes to be the leader, okay, to become a leader, okay, even at that particular level, okay, even as a leader, political leader, or maybe some minister, even for those people, the seats are reserved. Few seats are reserved only for these people. So the reservation is done. Now as they were denied earlier, okay, earlier days they were totally denied, they were totally restricted, they were totally not given any importance. But now they are getting all the equal importance here to develop new skills. So they are expected to come up with new skills, innovation, all those things are expected from these people, so that they get, they enjoy the rights thoroughly. So the next is, see what government actually does, how does this actually, the reservation works, okay, whether there is any particular thing, how do they help, or how do the reservation works. So let us know about these things in the next class. Thank you so much, dear students. See, if you have any doubts, please let me know. So today we have discussed about how those marginalized people are treated unequally and even discriminated, and how rights can be translated into laws because of Article 14 and 15 when they speak about fundamental rights. And as Constitution is coming up with new principles to protect the interest of people, it is coming, it is considering the fundamental rights here. So when it comes to promoting social justice, the reservation thing has come into existence. But how actually it works, let us discuss about that in the next class. Thank you so much, dear students. Have a great day. Thank you.